Hello everyone, Joy here. And well, I really feel like it's necessary to do a recap at this point. So, that month flew by. At least it felt like it to me. Um, it was really, really nice to have like a detachment from responsibility for a while. I kind of felt like I needed to get away, prior to doing so. And going away and coming back just sort of reiterated that, yes, I really did need that. But as you can see, um, you know, I'm back in my usual spot, which means I'm back home. Not, going to fabulous prides anymore, and not chilling and gaming with the friend who I was staying with. Um, And yeah, God, did I come back to town with a fucking thud. So, I had to come back earlier than I would have liked anyway, because of certain commitments to do with the job centre. They booked some appointments for me, and I contacted them saying that I couldn't make them because I was busy in London. Um, and then they posted that I'd missed appointments. Well, no, I already told them that I couldn't make those appointments. So, they also said that they were stopping payments because of earnings from a few months ago. So I told them I didn't have the paperwork and I would sort that out when I came back home. So, that's why I had to come back home, is, sorting out paperwork things. And I also contacted my former employer, and I haven't had a lot of luck there so far. There's still some things outstanding I need to do. I got a payslip, but no actual money yet. So, yeah, that's a bit of a tricky situation to be in, but fortunately, the job centre is paying me again, so it's not bad. And, doing all of the charity work there in London was really, really awesome. Also, when I got home, I found letters from the council tax, and they were taking me to court for stuff, and I found the letter that was... The court date was the day that I returned home, so there was no way I could have known about it beforehand. So I've been forced to deal with that, and I've been fucked around with payments, and just... Council tax is a bitch anyway, because the penalty for not paying money is charging more money. Because that makes sense. And the worst part is you pay up or they send the debt collectors around. I'm sorry, but how is that different from, like, a protection racket? Oh yeah, wait, it's legal. But of course the other most obvious problem I encountered when I came back home, that I had to deal with was the electric ran out while I was away. I thought I had enough on the meter, and it turns out I did not, and I came home to a really awful smell. The food that was in the freezer had turned into decomposing mush. I've cleaned it about 50 fucking times, and it's still not good. So great to be back. Well, actually, yes. Despite all of that shit that I've had to deal with, it was really, really nice to come back and see all of my friends again, and see just people and potential lovers and gamers and people, and oh my god, more about that later. And of course, it's been nice to catch up with stuff that's been happening while I've been away, and telling them all about my adventures and stuff like that, because a lot of people haven't actually seen the videos that I posted, even though mostly they were for them. Um, so yeah, speaking of YouTube, some things do need to be addressed. Firstly, hello to all the newcomers. Welcome. Please check out my previous videos if you like what you see, or, you know, even if you don't, just you might find something good. You know, I started making videos in February this year, so I've not got a huge back catalogue. It won't take you long to, you know, see some of the fun stuff I've done and see some of the crazy stuff I've done. Secondly, I'm kind of amazed at how much attention that one controversial video got. It's currently at over 750 views and climbing still. And I know that in the grand scheme of YouTube, that's not a lot, you know. But compared to before, what my videos were getting, that's actually huge, and it's growing, and it's fantastic. It's really good. You know, I'm really happy. But of course, with the good comes the bad. I've had quite a few negative comments as well, because YouTube, no, wait, scratch that, because humanity is like that. Obviously the really vitriolic comments I've just deleted because, I mean, if somebody has a difference of opinion to me, that's fine. I'm willing to engage and discuss, you know, in conversation, as long as there's respect there. But there were a lot of comments that were just hateful and petty and name-calling and arguments not based in reality. And well, the whole point of me making these videos is that I wanted to spread some positivity. So I'm not going to allow negative influence here. I know it does sound a bit like censorship and it does sound a bit like deplatforming, and I am strongly opposed to those things in the right context, but it was really petty, and to be honest, I thought it might happen anyway because I was talking about a controversial topic and I got the backlash, but I just don't want anything negative associated with me or what I do. However, that being said, I'm going to read and react to some of those comments now, just because they're really fun. I feel like they're really funny. The first one, you are a bandwagon type of person. You are a bigot. Really? Me? No, I don't see it myself. I've always been an individual and I've always gone against the grain. Whether I've wanted to or not, that's just what's happened. Can't really call that bandwagon. Lesbians, victims from coercive transgenders. Well, yeah, that's a great comment there. I think that means lesbians are victims, but again, as I've already mentioned in a few other videos, you really don't want to try playing the victim card with us. We're sort of used to that. We sort of know what that is. There is no coercion. It's a complete fabrication. This is not real. Since you are male, you should refrain from commenting on this. Lesbians don't do dick and they don't have dicks either. Well, honey, first of all, I'm not male. If you'd watched any of my other videos, you'd understand I'm trans feminine and non-binary. So, that's incorrect. Also, why shouldn't I comment on this? Everyone has the right to comment on this, even if it is a shitty, grotty opinion. Not that mine are, these people's are, but you've still got the right to comment on this. And some lesbians do have dicks and some lesbians do dicks. Those dicks just happen to be attached to trans women. Big deal. What other people do. Big fucking deal. Stop trying to police what other people do in their bedrooms. This one says, if trans women would stop trying to force girl dick on lesbians, this wouldn't be an issue. Again, where is this rhetoric coming from? Because it's just not happening. He is ugly AF. Pretty sure they meant to say she there, because I'm not a he, and there were no other people in my videos, but apparently trying to criticize my argument with meaningful, rational, logical, well thought out points was beneath this person, or above this person, and they just went straight to criticizing my looks. Ad homs? Really? Fallacy right there. And just because you don't think I'm attractive doesn't mean that everyone does. Sir, you are not a woman. Society is not required to participate in your delusions and sexual fetish. Well, how would you know what my sexual fetish is/are? I've never mentioned sexual fetish at all. Anyway, those weird fucking people on the internet out there, I hope they feel happy about themselves. They probably don't. I recommend that anyone who sees this video and that video, instead of posting angry hate comments based on what they think they know about me, just go watch the other videos for a really full picture of what I believe about women. I recommend the one entitled Being a Girl. That really kind of clears up how I feel about gender roles. I'm not a sexist. You gotta watch the whole video to understand the point. Also, I just recommend that to anyone because I put a lot of effort into that video and the message is really important and personal. But anyway, just when you thought that couldn't get any kind of stranger/worse, yesterday happened. So, my local board games cafe called Hexagon Cafe, the proprietor decided that yesterday would be the very, very last day. I got there, I sat down, my friend who works there, she said, you know, have you heard? And I'm like, what's going on now? And I know they've had some staffing issues. I thought, shit, maybe somebody's been fired or something like that. And then the proprietor comes down and he says, today's the last day. Just like that, out of the blue. I had no idea, nobody else had any idea that things were financially in such a dire state. The past couple of months have been really bad. There was no chance of getting a loan or anything like that, and to be frank, he did the right thing by not going further into debt. So we gamed our troubles away. It was really painful. It's really, really sad. I ended up staying up until 5 in the morning. I've had about 4 hours sleep. I'm functioning on denial right now. But I know that the people there are watching this, so thank you for the memories. We will stay in touch. And I will see you soon. I'll be back with another video shortly. Bye bye.